Namaste friends. In this video, we will introduce to Scilab. Scilab for beginners. What is Scilab? Why we are going to use Scilab and how various problems can be solved using Scilab. We will see some solved problems here. So Scilab is mirror image or what you say Judva Bhai of MATLAB. MATLAB is a licensed software where Scilab is almost equally powerful free open source software for numerical computation. It is very user friendly interface and it comes with a high level programming language. It is specifically designed for mathematical functions. So there are n number of mathematical functions and tools, and it is also having very powerful data visualization capabilities. Tremendous graphs, you can plot 3D graphs and many types of graphs. Why Scilab is good for engineers and scientists? So Scilab can perform very complex mathematical calculations very efficiently. It can solve n number of problems approaching with suitable code. You can simulate and model the engineering designs, and the data can be displayed in the forms of graphs and chart. And again, by using the loop and other things, you can combine the repetitive tasks. So let's get started with Scilab. When we are starting with Scilab, there are two ways. One is we are going to see a very user-friendly way, that is using Scilab on the cloud. And other, we are going to download the Scilab environment from scilab.org. So go to Google, say Scilab download. It will open Scilab 6.1.1 and then click on that, the first search, and then you click on the latest version. What you will get is Scilab 2024 as of we are recording now, and then simple installation procedure, install the Scilab. Now Scilab, like any other programming language, will come with variables and data types. So these are things which we will see when we are directly seeing the code examples, not to get you bogged down by the programming jargon. So Scilab is extremely powerful, as we say. You can do a lot of mathematical operations, that also we will be seeing. Branching and loops is available. You can have else if, nested if, and the for loop. So for loop is the loop that we will be using in these examples. So let's see some examples. So this is a very simple example, simple calculating the area of a rectangle. Now we know the length of the rectangle is 5 centimeters and the width is 3 centimeters. Now look at the Scilab code here. So when you look at the Scilab code, we are giving length is a variable, length is equal to 5, semicolon. This is how the code has to conclude. Then width is equal to 3, and then we provide the area function. Area is equal to area formula, area is equal to length into width, and then we want to display the area. Right, display the area of the rectangle area. Now when you are doing the same program in Python, you will be letting go this semicolon, and instead of this you will be using the print function. So this is the first code that by using Scilab. Now the second code we'll try to see some of the inbuilt mathematical function. And here the inbuilt mathematical function we are going to see is square root. That function is defined as sqrt. So again, we are here trying to find the distance between the 2 points x1, y1 and x2, y2. So x1, y1 is a coordinate point 1, 2, and x2, y2 is 3, 4. And we know how we find the distance. Distance is square root of x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. And we are taking the square root of this addition. And this is how we invoke the function sqrt, and you get the display. You can display the distance between the points. Next, we are using the branching with if statement. So when we are supposed to check certain condition, we are going to use if, else if there are multiple conditions. And the problem here we are solving is we are trying to check the student's grade, whether it is excellent, good, or needs some improvement. And we are saying the grade is excellent if the marks are greater than or equal to 90. If it has done greater than equal to 80, then we'll say, oh, it's a good job, and less than 80 we'll say you need to work hard. So here is the code, Scilab code now. So grade marks we are giving as 85, and and here now the code begins. If the grade is greater than or equal to 90, indentation here we display excellent. This is what if this condition satisfies. If it is not, then it will come to next, that it is, if it is greater than or equal to 80, means it is less than 90 but greater than 80 or equal to 80, we'll say good job. Or else if it is less than 80, then we'll say keep working hard. And then you have to end the if, here end if. So here you see if, else, and end if. Okay, this is the code. Again, every line is closed with a semicolon. So this is the branching with if statement. Now we come to the fourth example, that is loops for repetitive calculations. So what we want to do is we want to use for loop for taking summation of first 10 natural numbers 1 to 10. So we define first the value of n is equal to 10, and define the value of sum, where we are going to taking the summation of each successive digit, that is equal to 0. Now here the for loop will run here for I is equal to 1 to n is the first 10 numbers we want, sum is equal to sum plus I, and here I is the iterative, which itself is also a number. And you have to end for, okay, for loop. So you initiate for loop, you end the for loop, and then you display the sum of first n digits is equal to this much of the sum. So this is the fourth example. Now we come to the fifth example, that is arrays and matrices. So let us define a matrix, temperature. So here look at the way the matrix is defined. Comma is not required in Scilab, only space acts as comma here. Okay, and then we are finding out what is the average temperature of the given temperature matrix, and then you find out the temperature average using the function mean, and then provide the temperatures, and then find out the mean. So this is how we find out arrays and matrices. Now again we come to the plotting capabilities, and here we plot a simple function y is equal to the y is equal to sine x, and we want to plot it between and plot also x and y, want to give x label and y label and title of the plot. So the function is very simple here. We just say plot x comma y, we give x, what is the values of x. Values of x are going to be between separated between 0 to 100, and then y is the sine of x, and then once we calculate y, we already have x, then we plot xy, and then we give this title and the labels. The last one is user defined input and output, and how the program, we have to interact with the program. So here we are going to ask for the name, we will ask for the age, and these are the user defined inputs. So the name we will store in the variable name, age we will store the variable age, and look at the code here. Here it says input underscore int. So not just input. So input by default it will take a string. Now here input underscore int, it will convert into integer, and now we display the message, yes, hello, the name, whatever is the name inputted by the user, and we'll say you are this much years old, and that is where the age variable will come in. So this is how Scilab is equally simple like Python. Of course Python is much more simpler than Scilab, but Scilab is not very difficult. All our upcoming laboratories we will be seeing both, we are solving the codes both in Python and Scilab. So that's all for now. These are 7 examples. So do practice these 7 examples. I have already given you the code, and do visit to this channel, like this channel, subscribe, and stay connected. Thank you.